emancipation is where it's at. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Dr. Funk live AfterShow. Sorry, I did that little look. We just do this AfterShow. Thank you guys so much for being here, for subscribing, for checking us out. Thanks to Robin Robinson for her time and not sharing everything, but sharing a majority of her experiences with Prince. I enjoy having guests like her on tremendously because everyone always has a Prince story, and some of them we're not fully aware of, especially if maybe it was a time period that he wasn't as popular or whatnot, but everyone needs that shine and representation. So thank you. I'm not going to have this show be too long, but just want to be in it because we can discuss further on the next show, especially because the next show isn't going to be weeks away or whatnot. So, but Robin, it was great seeing her at Paisley Park and hosting the celebration and getting little tidbits of information. I'm like, she's only getting about 30 seconds to a minute to share some of these stories during bumper time. I'm like, let's get her on to be able to let these stories breathe, be able to give it more attention. So with that being said, it was just important. And I really enjoyed this year's celebration, but I did say it has a lot to do with the fans and it being in June and just allowing it to be, I'm sure for Paisley Park and the staff, it was a lot in a short amount of time. It is appreciative. I know in the future years it's going to be even better. Was really wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do when I was out there, even though I was there for a more longer period of time, but other things happened. And at least on Sunday, and we may have to talk about this more with the next show that I do, but Sunday we're able to see Paul Pearson and the Minneapolis All-Stars here in Los Angeles, and along with his band, which included Kirk Johnson on drums, and going through a lot of stuff, his new material, along with covers of Cream. You got The Look, Mutiny, Nothing Compares to You. He brought in and brought up Jesse Johnson for a 45-minute set. You can catch the entire set still right now on my Instagram feed. I'm sure if I would have put it all on Facebook Live, it probably would have been more viral, but I just felt that the footage would be better served, and then we'd probably get in less trouble with the music on Instagram through Facebook Live. So give me Poet 99's information and would love to have her on for sure. And the show we're going to be doing on Friday, we'll be having a Friday show. No guest as of yet, but would love to have Tommy Barbarella at one point, or even Sonny T, although I think Sonny is touring right now. And the reason I say for Tommy is that we are going to be doing a Friday show for the Record Store Day release of the Gold Experience. It gives us an excuse to talk about the Gold era and other things, and an excuse to maybe teach people what they don't know and should know that isn't exactly from 1984. I'm going to jump on. So I would love to say that I'm going to be wearing a new Gold Experience shirt from the estate, but I can't because there isn't one. And I don't really have a lot of shirts from that era. I do have a P Control 319 shirt, so we'll probably have to wear that again. Do have an Exodus shirt that I bought off of eBay a few years ago, and discolored and all these other things. It sure didn't look like it did when I purchased it a few years ago. But would really love to have some gold era shirts and other stuff, albeit it won't be in time for Friday's show, but hopefully they can get that done. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. There's another person that texted me that said that was one of my best interviews. Like, you know, maybe many of you may not know who Robin is, and that's what the things to do with the shine. And it's just important that you treat every guest on a level of someone that you should know, and making sure by the end of it that you know a lot more about them. And I feel that's my job to do. And I was doing it, whether it was through research to make sure that you guys had the videos that are circulating to watch, and then myself to do further research on her. So there's questions that'll be like, oh, like I didn't know he knew about that, or setting up other stuff going on in Education Hunt Friday. Well, we try. I think there's a really great Twitter thread going on the Gold Experience right now. I really need to tweet it, but they're doing it like a song a day, and it's another person in the community that's doing the breakdowns of it. So that should be really cool, and it's really appreciated that these things are done in the fan community. I may not put a spotlight on it as much as I should, but I'll definitely be putting a spotlight on it. And then you guys who may not be following it, now you're going to have a long thread to read and go through stuff, and then share their own experiences with it. So it's always good to have that on, and the Gold Experience. Come on. We've been waiting for this one for a while. Sony's been waiting for this one for a while. When they first announced the deal, the first thing that they said they were going to release was the Gold Experience, but then this thing got caught up in the Italian courts. So now they're doing the RSD version of it, and albeit it's the DJ promo version, but it'll still be good. And there's a lot of differences from the original, so the collectors won't be getting too upset, but we will go on that. But it was definitely fun seeing people over the past few weeks, albeit we're in COVID times, and a lot of us had to find that out the hard way. As much as we want to hug each other, shake people's hands, take photos, maybe we should be doing it more in open spaces outside or whatnot. But hopefully everyone is recovering. I know when I called it COVID-apolis, some people laughed and some people were offended by it. Sorry. But I just hope that we're all doing well, and then in time, this thing will pass. Thank you for streaming that Minneapolis All-Star concert the other night. Jesse was great. Really hope he tours the U.S. and releases new music this year. Hopefully, we will see. With Jesse, you just don't know. But hopefully. And yeah, I did some stuff on Facebook Live for you guys. I did some stuff on Instagram, but it has Jesse's entire set. So those are the things that are going on. I really don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. Really just wanted to announce that we are doing a show on Friday for Gold. We'll be putting out the flyer shortly after we go off the air. I didn't want to put it on before, and then I'm paying more attention to my device than you guys. And that's never a good thing in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I always get congested when I go to Minneapolis, and this, lingers with me for a while. I don't know if it's because of my diabetes, but it's always been something like it just lingers for a while, and I hate it. The W party was off the hook. Gotta give it up to you guys and Linka Paris. I just feel that she felt the energy and she threw it back all to you guys, and it just kept elevating and elevating and elevating. So it was a good time for sure. I really hope in future celebrations that we're able to have everything be as close to Paisley Park as possible, just because I know that you guys want to be there as much as possible. And these other things, of course, with the mural happening downtown, they don't want you trekking all the way back to Chanhassen. So I understand for those things, for sure. But I truly enjoyed the party and enjoyed Lincoln. Hopefully, she is recovering herself. So, any questions that you guys have that I can actually answer and talk about, you know, or any statements that you guys want to have? Because I don't want this to be too long. Maybe we'll do like another 5 minutes or whatnot, because we will be having a show Friday night. We can talk about some stuff. Who's going to be getting the record store day release of the Gold Experience, talking about the album. Who knows? Hopefully we will have a guest. We've had Michael B on before for a 3+ hour conversation. Totally appreciate his time for that. And talking with us about tracks from the Gold Experience and that era. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It was good to see Tommy at Paisley. Good to see him performing with the band, doing his things, and of course Robin sharing that they did date at one point, which, like I said, I'm sure there's a few of you women are like, oh man, she lucky. So there you go. But that's what's going on. Doc, will there be any new business ventures that you're being involved in as DSA continues to move forward? I hope. So that's all I can say right now. I am looking forward to the future. I don't know if I'm going to be involved in that future, but I'm not going to be resting on my laurels. That's for sure. Promises were made in 2018 or whatnot, and didn't come to fruition. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason, and I like where I'm at right now. I think it's important to have people that actually truly care about Prince's legacy and other things, and his name being the only one on the sticker and stuff like that. So any word on what's going to be released after Record Store Day? Not anymore. No. But hopefully in time, we'll know that there's just so many changes happening right now. And we have to see how transition goes, how other things play into it. Like the quick change for the after show. Hey, Prince wasn't going to be wearing the same thing, right? I'm not performing, so maybe this is more like an after party, so you don't get the dress shirt or whatnot. But hopefully something good. Like, look, I'm with you. And I say this ad nauseum every time. But it'll be much easier for things to be navigated after the Netflix docuseries comes out. It's just, you have Sony, you have Warner's, and you already got to have those things be in agreement in the Prince estate. Then you throw Netflix into it and their exclusive rights to stuff. It makes it a little bit harder. So I'm hopeful, as you guys are. And we know that we are super impatient, right? So it may be tested a little bit. But the gray background, I decided to take it down for a little bit. It's still there. It was just a sheet. I just doing other stuff in this room that would be in the way, but the gray background will do it. What's taking Netflix along? We had a change of directors, and they had COVID. They asked for extensions. The Prince estate at that time gave it to them. I don't think there's going to be any more extensions going forward. But they don't run every deal by me, so I don't know if it's going to be at some point in 2022 or some point by the end of 2023. But that's what we're looking at now. The sooner the better, and that's not trying to be disrespectful or saying stuff. It's just there's so much things held up in it. So no Yoda guitar. No, I'll bring that back. There, like I said, because I'm working on this room There's other stuff. To this side is where the Yoda and the guitar would be. But there's just other things going on that I'm working on. They're in this room right now. So you'd love to see a series of 95 Paisley Park shows released in the future, for sure. I just don't know how long in the future. Did I pick up any new posters of Prince when I went to Celebration? No. I'm very proud of myself. The only thing I really got was the Syracuse show. Was really trying to be frugal. I stayed away from the Glukes party so I wouldn't get enthralled by Steve Parks' gold experience, gold guitar, artwork, just other stuff going on. So, been very frugal. We have a very weird economy right now. We have inflation up the yin yang. We have gas prices that don't give a damn if you got to travel or be places. So, we are dealing with well above $6 gas here in California. When I got to Minnesota, it was $4.14. When I left, it was like $4.80 plus. So it's just absolutely ridiculous everywhere right now. Henderson stores have some cool stuff to buy. See, maybe it's a good thing that I didn't go over there. Yeah, I mean, even going into Fetus, I'm not going to buy anything, Let's go into the P section. Let's go into the T section, But we're just having to navigate this stuff. My vinyl collection is kind of on hold. Definitely for Gold Experience, there's money set aside for that. I do think at a lot of places it's going to be $30.99. That's a double. But that was made before stuff. I know some single vinyl that's coming out that's like $40 right now, and it's just too much when last year getting a double vinyl for $40. So Hope Park could re-release the first Celebration poster, reinterpretation of a drawing. The first Celebration poster, you don't have that, Rich? Or did you have it over your bed and something happened to it? I can't imagine that you don't have that poster. Him with the dreads, right? We're not talking about the naked one because that was Hit and Run. We're talking about Celebration where he's kind of in a brown outfit, correct? So $9 for gas in Canada. I don't know how that switches over to American dollars, but it is high everywhere. We're really getting reamed right now on different levels. Food, drinks, everything is just high. I mean, air conditioning, say it's going to be electric bill out here in California is going to be 7 to 15% higher this year. And that has nothing to do with usage. It's just how it's going to be. I just found it cool to find while channel surfing on Sunday, PBS was showing the re-release Purple Rain concert. Now, if only they could show other Prince concerts. Well, that's what they can do for now. And the sounds amazing on that. What's the next vault release? Well, you're going to have the Gold Experience RSD on Saturday. But after that, we don't know for the time being anymore. You want the poster was on the door in the hallway with a big eye peacock. I think I know what you're talking about with that. So, yeah. But I hope you guys are doing well. It is crazy times that we are living in. And maybe I should have worn ever since Prince died. Stuff's been weird. I should have been wearing that shirt. But it's true. We're just having to navigate it. We're having to try to look out for each other. And looking out for each other is free. Gossip is free too. But in the end, it'll cost you. So let's kind of try to move away from those things and try to look out for one another and be pure with our intentions, be pure with our thoughts, because those things can be free. Which poster you're trying to see behind me? The gold era? I think that was kind of it wasn't close to what Steve was doing, but then if I pull out more, you'll see other images, but I did show this before on camera. So, I love the shirt of this and other things. Yeah, we're not going to get into show and tell today because I don't have too many new things to show you guys. But yeah. Is the most beautiful girl in the world on the Gold Experience album? Yes, it is. Yes. Yep. Gold Experience album is pure and complete. Pure funk. Yes, the full version. That was there. Cool. Did it make you sad being back at Paisley at first without him there? For sure. And keep in mind, and of course, a great Paisley employee brought this up. When I first came back to Paisley, my doctors misdiagnosed me at first, and I was like in pain on my foot. And the diabetic foot doctor that I had just quit, blah, blah, blah. So this new doctor, it was misdiagnosed. I was walking around for 2 months with a broken bone in my foot. And now Celebration and other things were a few weeks away. So my first time back at Paisley Park, after he passed, I was like in a wheelchair / scooter that a very good friend of mine, I consider her like my sister, took care of, rented for me and whatnot. So having to be at Paisley in a scooter, this wheelchair, and everyone's standing above me, and you can't really, move away or whatnot. And people are like, thank you so much for what you do in the community and all this stuff. It's just kind of tough. And I was talking with Trevor and others, and I'm like, the next time you guys see me, like, I won't be in this. Like, this is temporary. And then after that, I was like, next time you see me, I'm going to drop weight. I'm going to do this. Like, this is temporary. So those things were tough. And it was great to be in Paisley this year, be in better health. And there's some tough things I was going through that I haven't like exactly expressed. I put on Facebook page because you had these high school shootings and other stuff going on. It made me feel like what I was going through was minimal to what was going on in the world. So that's it. What you think will manifest in your life. And that's why I try to have positive thoughts. I do go with the expression, though, you hope for the best, you expect the worst, but you try to keep them more positive. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Are there any improvements they need to make at Paisley? I've never been one to go. I think there's always going to be room for improvement, just like that's how Prince kind of felt with stuff. But it's going to make you want to continue going. Exhibits that weren't there before are there now, and then they won't be there in the future. So you have to check those things out. They want to keep you coming back. Just like the Prince immersive experience, they're not telling you where they're going to travel to next because they're wanting you to go to Chicago and check it out. They want to like have you trip there and have other things. Because if you're going, oh, it's going to come by me, I'm just going to wait. Of course, hard to travel in this economy right now. Doc, do you know if any MPG has a tour manager? I asked because we'd love for them to play in NYC at Pier 17. Was wondering if their tour manager can make it happen. Send me a private message and I will screenshot it and send it to their person. Give them time to get back to you. And I'll let you guys discuss it. I'll be out of that. So, but I will forward it to the proper person. What's your best guess? What will come next for Princess Day? Something fun, I hope. More stuff that will protect Prince's legacy and expand its audience, young and old, and keep us there. Why wasn't Carmen there? You got to ask Carmen that for now. So I saw something about Vince McMahon today. I ain't touching it because for years he was doing stuff that kind of flew by the wayside. But I think a lot of past stuff is now going to come up now. We'll see if he's Teflon Don or Teflon Vince. But yeah, what will come next for the Prince estate? Back to that. It's just protecting the legacy, having changes happen. And then we'll see what happens when it comes to music. When it comes to visuals, like I said, it's a little bit tough. We're a strong community. We need, as large as we think we are, we're kind of small. Gotta kick it up a few notches. I do believe that things are in place. There's young people that are being involved, that their energy level is awesome and pure. And we'll be seeing more of that. And hopefully we can all be working as a team. I'm hoping to be part of that team. We'll see how things go. But they will definitely have my support. I've always said it's a team effort, not an individual. And hopefully we're going to see that stuff going on. Thoughts on Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss teaming up. Liv never sees the betrayal coming, does she? Just saying. We need more Prince Love sexy stuff. For sure, I agree, but we can't get Love Sexy live sexy out, unless Netflix and the estate, Sony, Warner's come to an agreement. And of course, we'd want to have some bonus footage, probably that thing that Albert Magnoli shot. So the future will have all these things. We want overlooked eras. I mean, we just had the Syracuse Revolution show come out from the Purple Rain tour, and then we have a Purple Rain anniversary in 2 years. Let's try to get some stuff out before that. So expect great things, but how do I put it? And not like the unexpected, but like surprises. If you have lowered expectations, you'll be rewarded further. But I think it's obvious that we have high expectations for stuff because we know how talented he was. And look, there's so much stuff that we're aware of that's out there, and there's so much more that we're not aware of that's out there. So we're going to see it. Did Sheila attend any of the celebrations after he passed? Yeah, she performed there. She performed, I want to say 2018 or 2019, but yes, she was there. She did perform when it was 2 tracks. So it should always be a team effort. I agree. And that's what we need. I want to be part of that team, and we will see how things transpire. I can't force anyone to meet with me, but I can be persistent and show my worth. And you got to work with others, and that's what it comes down to. And those are the things. You got to know your strengths, you got to know your weaknesses. And I do like that they're looking for more of a social media influence with youth, and those things are super important. And hopefully we'll be able to have people like that on the show. We need to amplify their voices for sure, and give them a follow, show them support. If you got nothing nice to say, keep it to yourself. Where's Van Jones been lately? I mean, didn't he get like 10 million from Bezos? I'm not, that's not shade. I mean, it's just, those are the things. Like, look, all these people played a part in Prince's legacy. That's why I had Van Jones on my show before. People played parts in it, and it is important, but doesn't mean they have to be around all the time. There is sometimes conflict of interest, and he's a very busy political man, and that's where his career relies in, is more so in politics right now. But we'll see how things transpire and play out. Who's all involved in making the decision of what gets released and what would be the best for all involved? Good question. You're going to be having the family and the people that are with the family doing stuff along with Primary Wave. So you'll be having these decisions being made over time. It hasn't happened yet, but you will be having it. Any news on Morrissey at the time? Are they nameless? Obviously, he's still using the name. The main thing is that him applying for the trademark is what messed stuff up. And now they're trying to protect it because he applied for it. And now they're trying to charge him a fee, and they're not doing it for $1. So that's what it goes on to. So now he has to be licensed the name. But as you're seeing, he's still using the name at times. So we'll see how things transpire. You and Questlove need to put a Prince project together. We'll see. Quest has been part of the Prince estate and worked with other people on it. I don't know if that is in the cards. I welcome stuff. I welcome people that can work as a team. And like I said, I'm hoping to be part of that. So it's hard for me to be saying, I should be doing this, I should be doing that when I'm not involved yet. And I don't try to step on toes or do other things. All I know is you guys know where I want to be, and we'll see what the future holds. And I will need your guys' back on some things, but I want you guys to support people as well. It doesn't do me any favors having to slam someone else in order to make me look good. So in the future, when I'm having you guys speak up for me or whatnot, try not to slam anyone else. Because again, you got to work as a team for some stuff. Who from Prince's Past is working on current projects? Well, you have the family. That's someone from Prince's Past. Yeah, you have Londell McMillan and closer people to the family. I don't want to put everyone's name out there, and that's not to show disrespect. But unless I talk with that person, I don't want to be putting their name out publicly. Like, yo, man, why are you mentioning it on your show? I got people hitting me up. And then those are the things that you have going on, the family and other people that did work with him that I did bring up. So love the live brain set that just came out. So, well, we will be having, like I said, a full show on Friday. I'm sure we'll get into more of this conversation. There'll be more of you as we all look forward to the Gold Experience Record Store Day release. It's always great seeing you guys. I always appreciate seeing you guys in person. Albeit, let's try to be careful. Let's try to be safe. Let's try to make it through these tough times right now that we're going through. And hopefully this interest rate hike, things are going to get worse before they get better. That's for sure. But hopefully it won't be so much of a struggle for us, the things that are going on. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. And I always appreciate donations and whatnot to be able to continue to do stuff. Sometimes when I go silent, you don't see a show for a bit, there's reasons for it. And it's not about me. It's about what's better for the Prince legacy and what can be done. And I'd rather have stuff that has substance than just putting stuff out into the ether just because, oh, you guys haven't seen me in a while. So P-Funk, go for it. I'm just getting my record and going home. Looking forward to the show on Friday. Thanks again for tonight here with Robin and the After Show. Take good care and see you Friday for sure. I appreciate you guys so much and all the love. Support others, support other things going on. Just so you know, I don't know if it's the same person or what's going on, but it's not showing your name. It just says Facebook user, and it was good to meet you at Celebration. So it's good to meet you as well. I don't know who you are because of this. I don't know why it's happening. Maybe you can hit me up privately. But I thank you. It was good to meet you as well, for sure. I love you guys tremendously. And I want us all to be involved in a legacy and play some part. And let's keep Paisley Park alive. Let's respect the legacy of Prince and just make things better. Better. Not butter. Better. But thank you guys so much. Wrapping it up. I'll see you Friday. Hopefully my voice will be a little bit stronger and the weather will be a little bit cooler. Till then, thank you guys. Keep it funky. And thank you, Prince, for everything. See you guys soon. Much love.